From a practical commentary on 1 Peter by Robert Leighton, who lived from 1611 to 1684, chapter 4, verse 18. And, if the righteous scarcely are saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? It is true, then, that they are scarcely saved, even they that endeavor to walk uprightly in the ways of God, that is, the righteous, they are scarcely saved. This imports not any uncertainty or hazard in the thing itself as to the end, in respect to the purpose and performance of God, but only the great difficulties and hard encounters in the way, that they go through so many temptations and tribulations, so many fightings without and fears within. The Christian is so simple and weak, and his enemies are so crafty and powerful. The oppositions of the wicked world, their hatreds and scorns and molestations, the slights and violence of Satan, and worst of all, the strength of his own corruptions, and by reason of abounding corruption there is such frequent, almost continual need of purifying by afflictions and trials, that he has need to be still under medicine, as if necessity had sometimes drained and brought him so low that there is scarcely strength or life remaining in him. And truly, all outward difficulties would be but matter of ease. They would be as nothing were it not for the encumbrance of lusts and corruptions within. Were a man to meet disgraces and sufferings for Christ, how easily would he go through them, yea, and rejoice in them, were he rid of the fretting impatience, the pride and self-love of his own carnal heart. These clog and trouble him worst, and he cannot shake them off, nor prevail against them without much pains, many prayers and tears. And many times, after much wrestling, he scarcely finds that he has gained any ground. Yea, sometimes he is foiled and cast down by them. And so, in all other duties, such a fighting and continual combat with a revolting, backsliding heart, the flesh still pulling and dragging downwards. When he would mount up, he finds himself as a bird with a stone tied to its foot. He has wings that flutter to be upwards, but is pressed down by the weight fastened to him. What struggling with wanderings and deadness in hearing the word, and reading and prayer. And what is most grievous is that by their unwary walking and the prevailing of some corruption they grieve the Spirit of God, and provoke him to hide his face and withdraw his comforts. How much pain to attain anything, any particular grace of humility or meekness or self-denial. And if anything be attained, how hard to keep and maintain it against a contrary party. How often are they driven back to their old point. If they do but cease from striving a little, they are carried back by the stream. And what returns of doubtings and misbelief, after they thought they were got somewhat above them, insomuch that sometimes they are at the point of giving over and thinking it will never be for them. And yet through all these they are brought safe home. There is another strength than theirs which bears him up and brings him through. But the things and many more of this nature argue the difficulty of their course, and that it is not so easy a thing to come to heaven as most imagine it.